Here we go, boys and girls. Let's do this. It is Runeterra Preview Season number 2. We got 40 changes in the cards. We've got Expeditions Draft Mode. Welcome to the Expeditions patch. Along with the core game, this preview patch comes with a new mode. Expeditions, and Expeditions is the draft mode for Legends of Runeterra. I am really excited to see how the draft mode works here. All right, let's hop in an expedition and see how we do. It should be a good warm-up. We'll be using our token. You get 2 per token. And it takes your best results. All right, so here we go. The first round of the expedition is drafting your champion. So we can choose Fiora champion pack, Darius's champion pack, or Heimerdinger's champion pack. By picking these champions, we're also picking an allegiance to a region. An expedition deck is different from a constructing deck in that it can contain 3 regions. So if we pick Noxus, we could potentially only see these 3. So we got Heimerdinger, which people like. Oogly, we're going to pick Heimerdinger just because you're hyped about it. So Heimerdinger is a cool card in that when he's on the board, he fills your hand with these free turrets. The assembly bot has been changed, unfortunately, for Kopor. When you cast a spell, grant me +1/+1. That's pretty strong. I don't know. It seems like maybe the stats are low. But this game didn't give me a lot of cards that made me think we're underpowered. Everything felt very strong in this game. And Get Excited is just a fantastic removal card. So we're going to start off with Heimerdinger, and we're looking for Spellbound. So now if we keep going with the Spellbound synergy package, that means that we are now Demacia Piltover, but we still could pick one more region. If we were to pick any of these, we have solidified the 3 regions we would see. So we would get Demacia, Shadow Isles, and that's it. Usually in draft, units are very strong. Body stats matter more than anything. Trading is super important. Getting value on your trades, very important. So if we want to continue with a spell-based deck, we'd pick Lux. We'd get a bunch more cards that care about spells, and we would have a bunch of spells, and we'd kind of say, okay, we're a spell-casting draft deck. However, if we go with Retribution, it means that we get the Rekindler. This card is so strong. But I mean, these all work together. We want to cast lots of spells. Let's go with their synergy picks. Let's see how the synergy pick gives it to us. I do believe that this is a fantastic package, but I'm going to go with the synergy pick just to see, just for the early, because you get 2 chances, right? 2 chances with each token. Each expedition is 2 trials. So if we want to continue going for these spells, Succession, which is great. I love spells that summon units because it matters in this game. And another Detain. I don't know if I want 2 Detains. That seems very slow. On the keeping this Piltover, the Kempunk Pickpocket. Oh, yo, that's a cool card. And it's a spellcasting card. And this is a 5/5 tough? I mean, this seems pretty good to me. A 5/5 tough for 5. See, in draft modes, this matters a lot more. This is the raw stats of the card. Yeah, I'm going to take Cataclysm here. I think that this is a really good pick. The other thing is you want to keep your eye. The last thing about draft is you want to keep your eye on your curve. So when you draft cards, you're keeping an eye on your curve. And since this is a mana-based game, the early game stuff matters a little bit more, a lot more. Because if you have a game where you can't get off the ground and your opponent can, because this is not constructed and you can't find your combos or board clears, you will just get overrun. So you need to have a very healthy low end. So we're looking for 2 drops at this point. 2 drops, 1 drops, 3 drops. The Eager Apprentice is a really strong card because she's basically a free card if you have a card like Scrapdash Assembly, which is minions for spells. So she gives you 2 spell mana. This card was nerfed. It did give you 3 spell mana before. I actually think I want to take the double assembly bot Scrapdash Assembly Spellbound pack here. Another synergy pick here. Another Flash of Brilliance, Mage Seeker Instigator, the Funsmith. All spells and skills do 1 extra damage. And another Scrapdash Assembly. Now this I do really like. But I am down for more low-end stuff. But I think I do. Yeah, I think Scrapdash Assembly might be a really, really good card for us. Wild pick. So this is just anything, and we still can pick from another. We can still pick something from another third region. This pick it's appealing because there's a one cost unit in it. This one, however, has a Get Excited in it, which is just really good, right? So I think the back-to-back burst could end up being a win condition for us, and Cythria is just gravy, right? Don't think we're going for any mushroom strats here. Radiant Strike and Battlesmith. We do have some elites. I mean, we have to go for the lower end stuff right here. I don't think it's worth it just to get the jury rig to have to take this card. I just don't think it's worth it. So it's interesting. Unlike Hearthstone, or Gwent, or any draft where you pick one card per draft, the cost of taking a good card might come with the cost of taking a card you don't really want. And that might make two okay picks look better for your average deck. We have no 4-cost cards. We're over halfway through. War Chef's 2-cost unit is great. You know, this has got to be it, right? What's Death's Door here? I mean, these are strong spells, but these are strong units, and I think that's just going to win out. I think Demacia is really carrying this deck, and I still have only been focusing on 2. But that's not weird to me. So we have the Battlesmith now, so I'm interested in elites a little bit more, and we have the Vanguard Squire, which also cares about elites. But I don't have enough to actually make her worth it. I think it's going to be we're going to go for the elite pack here. But I mean, as far as my champions are concerned, I don't have a lot that supports them. So we kind of pivoted here. So I think let's go spell. Nah, I got the elite. I got the Battlesmith now. I'll go for the elites, but now I'm going for Spellbound. Golden Crush Bot. 2-5 for 3, honestly. That's actually just really good stats, I think. Ready your attack. Vanguard First Blade. Elite. 2-2 that attacks is a 4-4. Another elite. I like the Crush Bot, but I also don't have any more. This is actually in my curve. This is what I want for my curve right now. Lame. Ah, great. This is good. Demacian Steel. Really good here. A Mystic Shot and an Eager Apprentice. I think that's probably what we want. Even though these are good, I think we definitely want to have this now. Border Lookout, 2 mana, 1/4. How are our 2 mana units? Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, 6-ish. Is that good? We want one more with the Border Lookout. We got to Detain. Or we want one more with Cythria. We have 2 Cythrias already. But actually, the Cythria really works well with the where is it? The Vanguard Squire, who is actually the same character in lore. Also, the Mystic Shot Purify is okay too. But actually, having a bunch of 2/2s might actually mean that we win. We have aggro now. Now we just have aggro. Now we're just looking at elites. The double challenger here and reinforcement. The thing about Lux and Heimerdinger is that big spells, small spells, it doesn't matter. It's the total amount of mana cast. So if I'm grabbing big spells, and that just happens to be when Heimerdinger and Lux, they're going to live more often. Everything is going to live more often. There's going to be a lot more combat. I think that this is it. I think that this is exactly what I want right now. I'm a little weak in the 4 slot, and this is one of the best ones. It summons 2 2/1 challenger units that are both elites. We would be this Vanguard Squire is going to be free more often than not. All right, so now we can do a trade. So I can trade a Scrapdash for a single combat. No, a Funsmith for a Vanguard, maybe, or a Radiant Strike for a Mystic Shot. That seems like that's the best trade. This is a good combat trick, but Mystic Shot is just the shit, right? This is like just one of the best cards. So that will be the trade here. And we're on our expedition. So you might say, 2 champions? What the fuck? Well, as it turns out, this is not over. One of the best parts about expeditions is that this is also a deck building game. Each win, we get to improve our deck by adding more champions and making more trades. So it's not like the fun part is building the deck and now it's like, oh, this deck isn't working. Oh, I lost. It's like, let's go. Every part is good. Every bit of this is good. My dog is excited. I am excited. It's Legends of Runeterra Day, baby. We're in. All right, so because this is a mana-based game, we don't want the heavy cards first. So we don't want this. You can mulligan as many as you want. You always have 4 cards on the draw. Wow, my dog is going crazy. I'm going to keep the 2 and the 3. Wow, this is a great hand. Not only is it a great curve, but this also becomes a 3-3. Oh, we have another elite in hand. You know what? I'm done with that. Hello, my friend. We have a great start here. We're starting off with a 1-1 at 1. I'm just going to try to yell over my dog's insanity. My opponent does not have a 1-mana play, so we end the round. Goes over to my opponent's turn, who has attack priority. They will act first. We'll draw. We get a 2-drop. Very good. The War Chefs. Stalking Wolf. So the Stalking Wolf is a really cool card. It's a challenger. So a challenger can choose a blocker. Normally when you attack, you cannot choose a blocker. Your opponent chooses who blocks what. But when you're a challenger, you can take that card. But the cool thing about the Stalking Wolf is that the Snow Hare is given to me as a blocker that the Stalking Wolf can grab. Now it's time for me to play the War Chefs. War Chefs have support. Matters who is being played on the right to this unit. 1 second, guys. This is going to occur and I have no say over it. All right. Okay. All right, so now we are on turn 3. We have attack priority, and we can attack right now, and our opponent wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Would have to be blocking it. So we go here. The support is now on, and when you got this nice little oracle eye that shows you what's going to happen if you go through with your action, so you can see the support happening here.
Eat up, friend.
All right, boys and girls, we are back. What a really exciting day. I gotta get my bearings here. I'm waiting so many days for this day. I think I get my bearings here. So, Rimefang Wolf can choose this blocker, and there's nothing I can do about it. What's resolving here? A Frostbite effect that brings her power down to 0, and that is it. Am I going to be playing a spell this turn? No. I think I'm just going to...
Take from the rich, give to me.
My opponent only has 4 mana. Like, my opponent going to play anything here? We have no elite allies. I think we just want to play this 5/5 brute. This card is going to be a huge deal for us. We're slowly making this more and more free. Our opponent is sitting on 5 mana for units, 8 mana for spells. That's the difference here. The only way you get spell mana is if you don't spend mana the previous turn. That's how carryover in this game works, and that's how you never feel screwed.
There's nowhere to
Champion on the board. New level up symbol here shows that there's 2... Well, I guess it's... Well, there's obviously 6 stages to this, but I guess at 3 it fills up 1. I like the attack here because unless he blocks this with Thresh, he has to trade the Kempunk Pickpocket for the Wolf. And if he chooses to not block it, then I get a free spell. Meantime, he also has to deal with this as well. So I'm going to attack with everything.
Check out the goods on this one.
So he's going to have to make a decision on how he wants to prevent any of this damage. Specifically, the Nexus Strike effect of the Pickpocket, who will give me a random spell from the enemy's deck. This card is very much like Thief of Sanity in Magic the Gathering. I love it. It's like Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Actually, so he is going to take the block here. So Thresh is going to get damaged. Maybe that was a bad move for me. It allows 2 units to die on Thresh's watch. We have Lux in hand, which is great.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Okay, a Frostbite here. Doesn't concern me too much because you can still block, and that's kind of the best part about it.
Let the light guide you.
Now, we just need to cast at least 6 mana worth of spells, which is good for us because we have 1 spell right here. Just wants to get in here and just get 2 damage on this defender, I guess. Oh, wait. It'll kill it? What don't I understand here? When I strike a unit with 0 power, I kill it. I missed that very important aspect here. It's a very important part of this particular... Damn, that's a good card, that Ryan Fangwolf. I don't think I saw that in the preview period before. All right, this is not looking good for us, my friends. We need to build a very good board here, but the good news is Reinforcements summons 2 units, grants all elite allies +1/+1, and then also gives us a leveled up Lux. This could be the turning point for us because we should have enough to cast that, but only this. Oh, well, and this would be free as well. This ends up being free after that. Actually, we have 9 mana right now. We cast this first, and then we cast Reinforcements because then we get the extra buff on the elite ally.
My journey continues.
My opponent might play a unit. You can only have 6 units on the bench at any given time. So there is a limit. Ancient Yeti. 5/5. All right, so we're gonna cast Reinforcements. This is what I hope we need here. This gives Lux a level up, which means we'll immediately be able to kill something with her new buffed Final Flash, which will kill the Yeti or Thresh. We can kill Thresh too, and detain the Yeti perhaps. The extension lets viewers vote during drafts. Wow, that's so cool. That is so... Oh, I forgot to hit okay. Oh, I forgot about this part. Forgot about the hitting okay. We got to get back into that. This is Overwhelm, which is trample damage. So this starts off as a 7 cost unit. So Lux will immediately level up with a 0 cost Final Spark. Final Spark is... What is it? 7 damage now? Oh, it's 4. So it kills Thresh then.
Better, brighter than before.
All right, so we have the Final Spark, which will now... We're going to... Oh, it's my opponent's turn, but on our response. He has 3 mana left here. He played Wording Stones, and he's ramping now, but he's ramping very late.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Avaros and Sentry. Full bench, so we kill Thresh here, happily. This is what will happen if my opponent takes no action. Thanks, Oracle Eye. Ooh, saves his life. Saves his life. I need to Mystic Shot it. I need to Mystic Shot it next turn. I can do that next turn, though. So the attack. So what happens if we attack here? He has a 5/5 blocker, which can kill anything. So we don't attack. Because we only trade and level up Thresh. We need to let him give us 1 response here. Oh, something's happening, and I have a feeling I'm going to wish it wasn't happening. We actually can detain and kill. So we detain the Yeti, and we block these here with our elites.
You don't scare me.
I will hold the line. Try me, I dare you.
All right. This definitely is going to turn the game around right now. As you can see, This is what happens. Thanks, Oracle Eye. You can see that I have a spark in hand as well because I cast a lot of spells, which means I'll be able to kill a wording stones as well. Or kill the wolf as well. Because I'm going to get a free final flash. Opponent has 10 mana, but only 2 cards in hand, so there's only so many things Forseti can do right now. Okay, it's all going. It's all triggered.
Light the signal fires. Save the homestead.
I believe this is trample damage as well, so 3 damage does carry over to the Nexus after this. We don't kill the wording stones because whatever. Extra mana gem doesn't matter now. It's a blocker, but...
No more holding back!
Kamehameha. Wow, this game has turned around quite nicely, I must say. I must say. We're dropping that Vegeta final flash over here. Giant Genki Dama. Ooh, a 7-6 overwhelm. That's just tough to... That's just something we need to be aware of.
Lady Elise, where are you?
All right, it's going to be our... Okay, we're going to turn over. We get attack priority. Fantastic. Look at this. This is really good. Not a great draw for us, though. So the 7-6 is a big problem. But we only have to deal 11 damage, and that's only 1 blocker. The Challenger, however, is very good for us.
Can see the Demastian border from here.
So we challenge the... We're going to challenge the 7-6, which means that he can't attack with that later because it'll just trade really well, or it'll just for... It's still overwhelm damage, so I'll still take that damage. But I think we'll do this first. And then attack with everything else.
Into battle with hearts aglow!
He must block. He's at -6 right now. -6 life. My opponent is in check. His biggest unit is occupied. He's going to take the good trade here. 2-1 into the 4-2 and he's going to draw a card as well.
You have to get me out of here.
He's alive with 2 life. He's alive with 6 life and 1 unit on the board here and a 7-1. And I'm at full health at the moment. Full health.
My story ends.
By the way, we can still cast stuff here as well. When I'm summoned draw unit if an ally died this round, well, boy, oh boy, did that actually happen. This is great for us.
We turn the tide of war.
And Cythria, which we also can cast. Although I really should have gotten the Battlesmith. I think I actually end round here and try to... Alright. Another Cythria. Now this low curve is starting to not feel so good. The story has been told since the beginning of this draft, and we are now here at the end of this game. As our opponent bears down with a lot of damage. Committing the attack here. So I take 14 damage right now. I will take this fantastic trade right here. I'll still take the full brunt of the damage though. But I will get a good trade. This one, however, I should probably try to absorb a good amount. We'll lose the 3-3 because then it'll trade with the 4-4 after. I don't know if this is correct or not. I'm going to use my life as a resource because I have so much of it right now. I have so much of it right now. Brittle Steel. Frostbite's an enemy. Well, this sucks. All right, the game's gotten very close very fast here. Now, we have a lot of... This actually is a really good board for us now. We're going to be dropping 2 more 3/3s.
New recruit reporting in. New here? I'll light the way. New recruit reporting in. New here? I'll light the way.
Ooh, he does have a little something else here. Oh no, I played right into it. Oh, I didn't think that was going to be the card. Oh boy, that's not good. He had one card in his hand, and that was a really important card. Also, because he had that brittle steel, this thing isn't weak enough for me to kill. Passing. We can use get excited after combat.
I will hold the line.
Because we have this silencer in hand, I actually think I'll tag it after. No time to response. No time to respond means no time to protect that. Show me. How many answers does he have? How many answers does he have? No! No, he has it! He had it! Every removal opportunity, almost every time I've had a removal op. Alright, well the good news is, it means it's still a bad blocker. And we have attack priority. Great draw. Fantastic draw. Probably the game-winning draw right here. If he has no action here, even if he has a unit, I think we can create a situation where we deal the damage. This is... Oh, he heals himself a little bit here.
A beacon in battle.
So the challenger, I choose the blocker. That means that we're going to get a great trade here. Are you fucking serious? I cannot kill this guy. I cannot kill this thing. The trample damage is going to kill us next turn. Unless I draw something that can kill this. That's game. Nope. If I block with Lux, I only take 4 damage. 6 damage.
This is my choice.
Okay. Oh no, the detained! And it's got overwhelm damage, but he used his attack already. Okay. So all he needs is a ping, but I mean he's been top decking the hottest shit the whole game. So if he top decks a ping against me, you know, what can I say? I've tried my hardest. I've tried my absolute hardest in this game, and I think I've made really good trades. We're on the attack now. We have challenger. We can deal 5 damage guaranteed, unanswered. However, we put down the 5/5 tough, and if this isn't something that can immediately stop it or block it, we'll win. I think we have to play this anyway.
In formation.
Because this actually allows us to block this. Draw a champion.
Who would face me?
He can only block... Nah, man. Every point of heal. Every heal he cast saved him. Every heal he cast saved his life. I'm one behind killing him, but I can't... This is trample damage. So here's how the game's going to finish here. This is how the game ultimately plays out here. The attack goes in. He will be able to block enough to stay alive because he healed himself just enough times and he protected his units just enough times. Just enough times to get that trample damage in. He top decked all the answers too. That's the saddest part. That's the saddest part. He top decked all the answers. I mean, this isn't over. If I draw a mystic shot, no, Tryndamere attacks no matter what, even if he dies. Ready my attack. Won't matter. That was a very difficult game. He had all the answers that he had. All the answers. Oh, man. You have to lose 2 in a row to be out all the time. So I got 1 win to get back into this, but I also can improve my deck a little bit here. We are on our way. Quick BRB. Sorry about the wait, my friends. Just decided to get a little bit of lunch. A drinkable lunch. Very hearty soup. Very good for streaming. All right. We're going the distance, my friends, and I'm really excited to redraft now. Like, we have cards that just aren't very good in this deck, like the assembly. I just think the assembly bot in a deck that doesn't support it is really just a bad unit. The new assembly bot.
New recruit reporting in.
Yeah. It's a really good start for us. I'm gonna get the damage in now. We'll cast the scrap bots after our opponent passes to show he has nothing. Okay. All right. Well, it was an unblockable thing anyway. I don't want to remove this. I actually like the Chempunk Pickpocket a lot. Maybe I should have played this and attacked with it.
I got the goods.
I should have probably attacked with that because that's a really good card to hit with. I want to maybe make a deck where I can make this elusive. So good. All right, we have removal and the means. We're playing.
Silent as death.
We're playing the MVP card next turn, Silver Ring Vanguard. I'm gonna kill this. I am gonna immediately respond. Definitely don't want this thing to die if I can help it because he summons a 4/4 Psychotic Fridge on steroids. Yeah, we'll just play the challengers. We're going to get a free card draw on the Chempunk Pickpocket because even if he plays a blocker, we can still challenge that blocker.
Extra hands never hurt.
Smells like opportunity.
Just because I want to get that damage in. I'm not going to force this guy to block. Otherwise, he can't block. We get that damage in. We're going to pilfer a Glimpse Beyond. Now, that's a good card. If we can get... it's a fast card, right? So all we do is assign a blocker, and then once that blocker has been assigned, kill it. The block goes through, and then we get 2 cards, and something would have died anyway. Fantastic card. One of the best cards in the game. Even better in Shadow Isles when you want to kill stuff all the time on your own side.
I am the blade in the darkness.
Oh shit, it's Zed. Do I want to detain Zed? Do I want to just play Garen? Do I want... Have I played anything? It's a follower only. This wouldn't affect a champion. I just play Garen here, I think.
Where you go, I go.
Except I didn't play Garen. I dragged the wrong card out of my hand.
Seize control. Shadows can use an end weapon.
But we do need to stop Zed from leveling up, so we have to lose a unit here. Unfortunately.
Whoa! Hey!
Fuck, this was a mistake. This has first strike, so this would die anyway. So, I don't know. Did I miss my chance to use Glimpse Beyond on Cythria? Oh, shit, did I just like talk a big game about that whole play and I didn't do it? I got a little shook by the misplay. A little shook by that misplay. Chump blockers are going to really help us here. Because Zed is hard to block. He's got that quick attack. That's good. So I'm not crazy about Detain on a board that has this many little units, so I'm probably going to discard Detain right now to kill Zed. And I'm also going to kill a Scrap Heap Scrounger to draw 2 cards. So we're going to spend 5 mana right now just to do that. Do we want to do that? No. We just attack now. We just kill Zed with the Challenger?
I'll take care of this.
So if this goes well for us, we can just drop Garen instead.
You have to get me out of here.
So one of the biggest criticisms about card design in card games in general Okay, so he tried to protect Zed, and I am making it so he can't do that. Excellent kill on Zed. Excellent kill on Zed right here. We can actually silence this. This is really good. I'll take this play. I'll take this play for sure.
Will you comply?
Now this is just a
Or are
1/1,
you
does nothing.
complicit?
Let's see here. I think Garen is good here. Just play Garen.
For king and country.
You got here? Got sidetracked thinking about Valkyrie fights for a second. Yeah, good luck. Ooh, Wraith Collar. An Allegiance card that would trigger in a draft deck. What? So the top card has to be Shadow Isles for this to trigger. Okay, so we're gonna sacrifice a blocker. Nope, he's just not gonna attack. All right, so when we kill this to draw 2 cards, we also trigger the Vanguard Redeemer to draw another card. So I think that this is probably... I think this is where I want to be. Oh, Relentless Pursuit. And another Garen, which will turn into Judgment because we have Garen on the board. Actually, game-winning card. We play Garen and Judgment. Garen strikes all enemies, killing them, and we should just win.
Demacia!
Oh, this is gonna be so sweet. This is gonna be the hype. This is gonna be the hype highlight, I think, of the entire game. If this is just the win right here. So Garen strikes everything, which means he levels up as well, because he only has to strike twice to level up. So block will be declared, and a spell's being cast. None of that matters. Boom. Garen is gonna start swinging. Please don't have it deny. Please don't have it deny.
Justice!
Yes, justice!
We must not relent!
Now, all of those units are blocked, but still. But still.
The power of our order.
And we can ready our attack this turn. It's pretty good. Oh, wait. Garen automatically does that because he's leveled up. Oh, and the reinforcements are going to close the deal for us. The reinforcements are going to close the deal. I don't see how our opponent... Unless he has the deny in his hand here. But I don't even know if that's enough to stop. He still has to deal... Oh, yeah. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Big buffs. Okay. He's going to have a follow-up kill. So now I would just attack, right? I can't play anything. I have to attack. Actually, there are no other options. So the opponent is sitting at -8. So it has to block Garen and one other thing. But I can ready my attack next turn. For a double attack. My opponent doesn't have much of a board. We'll sacrifice. We'll play Callista. Wait. Oh, he's got a follow-up spell here. Ooh, Grasp of the Undying. He's coming out looking pretty good now. Board is still pretty set up here, though.
Just borrow it.
And now we just attack in again, right?
Take my steel!
There's a lot of steel to be tasted right here, my friends. Glee, glee.
History will judge you.
All right. And now we get to attack again.
These are dangerous lands.
So as long as we play with 3 mana left over, with 9, so we could play this for the draw, but the challenger is probably what makes us win the game. So. That's probably just enough. Opponent only has 1 card left. Ready attack. And in we go again for the win. For the win.
Attack formation!
Yeah! All right, this deck's starting to pick up some real steam here. Final battle. We only get 1 chance to win the final battle. Will we go 6 or 7? Oop, we found someone. Who is it? Someone I know? McLovin. Well, it's no relation. McBeard and McLovin. No relation. Garen on curve is very good. With reinforcements in hand. So we get to start with Cythria and War Chefs. Our opponent does not have 1 mana play either. End round. We're gonna be playing for. So I'm gonna be playing War Chefs now before the attack.
Eat Demacia!
Eat Demacia.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
Feel the sizzle!
All right, so because we are on this side here, the support will buff Cythria.
No one goes hungry!
Want to see these moves up close?
I really want to kill this card.
Stay safe. I'll take it from here.
All right, he's playing. This is
I dare
Yasuo.
you.
It's only Yasuo. So basically, if you just want to recap on Yasuo, this means that all these recalls and stuns that are occurring, Yasuo is already on this quest in the deck in hand. So he doesn't have to be on the board to be dangerous later. We're just going to go for a wide board here. We go for we can't block this anyway, but we want something to die next turn so we can play the Redeemer for the draw. Get Excited is also pretty good. It's a robot. Keep those cues to yourself, Yasuo. I know. Okay. So nothing died then, so...
Bring me tea to gain the strength of rivers. Flavor and spice.
Flavor and spice. War chefs, look at these dudes. They're coming in like, I'm gonna get... Guys got the frying pan, the rolling pin. I love it. I think we want to actually go ahead and kill this. Oh, but do we? Do we, though? Oh, that's such a huge, huge card right here.
Step lightly.
Garen can be dropped as well. We can play for Demacia next turn with 6 mana. Garen's also fine. And the reinforcement's also like pretty okay, but
For king and country.
he's probably just gonna stun and recall Garen forever. So I have a feeling that
I go unseen.
can't block these anyway. We got to stop the bleeding a little bit because once Yasuo touches down, it's going to be really hard for us to actually get any attacks in or do anything. He's also healing himself. Okay, we get 2 attacks here. This is pretty good. Also, having 4 Demacia and Relentless Pursuit would be pretty good if we could just save 3 mana. But we can save 3 mana. In fact, we can. In we go. We got to break these ranks right here, my friends. Cythria ended up exactly where I wanted her to end up.
Sense fear.
This isn't part of the training.
This is
How did that move go?
okay. No, this is fine, right? This is good.
This isn't part of the training.
Recall an ally. Oh, okay. So it's going to block, but it's going to live.
A morsel of bread.
What could have been?
Do we attack again now?
Many tribes under one banner.
I think we just play these 2 right here.
My sword is yours to command.
No doubt. Only victory.
Lame-o card. Wish I had that to discard before. And then we drop this here.
Soldiers, to me.
So we get to play. So we're actually going to have enough mana to play Relentless Pursuit and 4 Demacia. So we would play 4 Demacia first so we can block everything. 2 4 Demacias in hand and a reinforcements. Assuming that any card is being played here before an attack occurs, I think we're in really good shape to win this game. But I don't know. This is the tipping point of the game usually. Yasuo could be like almost leveled up.
Only I can quell the wind.
Okay. I let this go. Now I play for Demacia. Because I have 2 of them, so this is a huge get for me.
Stand strong.
Strike for the balance.
Could have a deny.
Courage, soldier.
No response.
We fight for one Freljord.
Okay, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit him twice. We're going for the double attack. He's gonna. This is gonna force a bunch of trades, or he's not gonna trade anything, and then I get to attack again. Garen levels up,
Homeland.
which means that once I attack again, at the beginning of next turn, I will attack
Stand
again.
and defend.
Also, this finally kills these units, so I have room for the reinforcements. We get to kill 2 units here? Do we, though? Garen levels up.
We must not relent.
My brother. Psst, act natural. I got you.
No mana left. He can't trade into any of these things. He loses it. Like, it's just straight up kill 2 units. This card is just kill 2 units right now. Because he can't not block these. 1 mana. What do you do? Inspiring Mentor for a blocker? Yep.
One sprint for each crab I saw today.
Coming in at you again. Garen leading the charge.
This is our homeland.
How did that move go?
End round.
Be resolute.
Turn over. Garen heals up. Completely? Completely. Yeah, heals fully. And I can attack now. Here comes Yasuo, though.
Promise tomorrow.
So this is going to be the final boss of this final boss.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall?
We do want the challenger more than anything.
The War Mother will unite us all.
Oh, mother. Okay.
We do what is right.
Oh, he can't, like...
No more running.
Yasuo dies in this exchange. I'm worried he just has another one. We get another we get another elite here that we can play.
Our banner will lead the way.
Do I just take this 5 damage? I'm gonna have a full board attacking. I just take it. I just take it. I just take it. I just take it.
Discipline and steel.
New recruit reporting in.
I'm loving this game, Gravecrawler. I'm loving this game, and I think Expeditions is amazing. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, this is it, right? This is the shot that we have. No deny, please. We are up against an Iona opponent, so it is possible that there are denies. Okay, we get the reinforcement and the board.
What would you wish to learn?
A 4/4 blocker comes down. He has 12 health. Show me. Our opponent is at -7. Opponent needs to make the block.
Stand and defend.
I will teach you.
get the trade. Opponent's at 1 health, boys and girls. 1 health.
These are dangerous lands.
That's annoying because we don't want that to strike because it has life drain.
Silent as death.
Can my opponent come back from 1 health? As long as before Demacia. Oh, I don't. Oh, fuck! I can't block the elusive. Those elusive units. Our opponent was on the ropes. 6 wins. Let's build a new one.